Have you ever been told that you need to have a retainer in your mouth for life? Well, what if I told you that that may actually be one of the most difficult places to keep clean in your whole mouth? Let's really get into this. What are retainers for? Why do we wear them? And what can be some of the concerns with those retainers? First of all, orthodontic care is wonderful. It has really helped so many people with obviously straighter teeth, better smile, feeling more confident about themselves, but also teeth that are aligned better for chewing efficiency, for really function so that the teeth don't wear out, so that you don't get gum recession or little divots along the gum line because teeth aren't hitting together correctly. Orthodontics have been very, very useful and successful for so many people. Usually, after you get the braces off, they do some sort of a retainer, either a bonded retainer, which means glued onto your teeth, or a removable retainer. Now, in the olden days, when I was first getting braces, it was a removable one. And we all know the scenarios. In fact, I'll always remember I had it on a napkin next to my lunch tray at school one day, my removable retainer. Just wadded it up in the napkin. It got thrown away with my lunch scraps, and we went digging through that garbage can looking for that retainer because I was panicked, knowing my dad was going to not be happy at all that I had just lost this retainer. He was my orthodontist. There's a lot of stories around those retainers. The dogs eat them, they get lost, they're underneath the bed, they melt, lots of different issues. So, a lot of orthodontists move to bonding them in the mouth. Well, let's talk about what problems could come from that bonded retainer. The first one is it's just hard to clean. If you've ever had one, you know it's really difficult to get around there. You can't floss normally. So, there's a couple little tools you can use. What is called super floss. It has a stiff end on one end, and so it can get beyond that retainer, behind that retainer. Another is something called a floss threader. These all definitely help. It's still difficult to clean there, however, so getting routine cleanings is going to be important. I've actually seen patients who had so much plaque and tartar build up on the backside of the teeth around those retainers that they got significant gum recession and even threatened to lose the teeth in the area because there weren't gums and bone to hold the teeth in anymore. So, definitely keeping it clean is really crucial. And that's concern and problem number one. But I have a second concern and problem I want to discuss as a health based dentist. So, our bodies, especially our skulls, have something interesting in them. They have something called a suture. Now, a suture is the thing that when a baby is born, we talk about them having a soft spot here in the top of the head. Well, what is that? Well, the brain is still growing in a young child. So the skull is a certain size. It actually has to be somewhat compressible even to go through the birth canal and be born. And the brain is a certain size at birth. Well, that brain is going to continue to grow. So if all of those bones were fused in the skull, it wouldn't work long term. So the brain continues to grow, and those sutures or little divisions between the bones expand and allow for that growth. And then they themselves also grow. So we have these little movable plates in the head. As we become an adult, those areas fuse or come real closely together. Well, interestingly enough, you have one of those sutures across the roof of the mouth. So when a child is younger, we're able to push those two sutures apart and allow bone to grow between there if we're wanting to expand a palate. We talk about this all the time, wearing an expander. There's also a little bit of a suture here in the center, right here in the jaw. So all of these things can move when allowed to. And that movement helps with cerebral spinal fluid, the fluid that's around the brain. When we tie them together and don't allow for movement, it actually is showing in research to inhibit some of that cerebral spinal fluid movement. So when we put a bonded or glued on retainer here or even here, it messes with the head just a little bit. Now, I didn't realize quite how real this problem was until it happened to me. I had a glued on retainer that had been there since I was about 15 years old and, begged my dad to get my braces off before ninth grade graduation. That was so important. And he glued a retainer on. It had a big wire and kind of some extra little wings that were glued on. That thing was there for decades. It was there until I was in my mid-40s at least and hadn't moved, hadn't budged until I went to a craniosacral therapist, which what they do is they actually manipulate those sutures that I just told you about. Sometimes we get things that are stuck and things that are going on with these bones, and there's not a lot of movement, and it throws off the way our brain functions. Well, I was getting some therapy done to manipulate and move some of those bones. The very next day, my retainer popped loose, not off, but just loose on one side. And I was really confused. I thought, this thing has been here so long. What just made that happen? Didn't put two and two together until a couple days later. I ended up taking the whole thing off, cleaning it all up. I was actually glad to have it gone. But a couple of days later, I went, interesting. When the bones moved, the retainer popped off because it is restrictive. It does hold things in place a little too tightly. They're not able to move. So I don't love glued on retainers for this reason. It holds things in a place that maybe they don't want to be. Second thought as well, as soon as my retainer came off, my teeth moved slightly. So I often will talk about this. If you think about a retention wall or retainer wall in a landscape, what is it doing? Well, that retention wall is holding the dirt in a place that's not stable, right? That dirt, if we took away the rocks in that wall, the dirt would come down. Means that's not where the dirt wants to be. Well, when we talk about retention orthodontically, the same thing is true. If the teeth aren't where they actually want to be in relation to the lips on the outside and the tongue on the inside, the teeth will move when the retainer's not there. This is why we get so worried when we lose our retainer or the retainer comes off. We think, oh no, my teeth are going to move. But they're probably moving to a place that is more physiologically balanced. The teeth are where they belong in the inside of the lips and on the outside of the tongue. So my teeth moved slightly and they've never moved since. And I never got another retainer. So, what I really encourage you to do is number one, if you have a retainer, just understand what you're choosing. Make sure that you're cleaning it so you're not going to get gum disease. You're not going to actually lose those teeth. Make sure you're keeping really good care of it. Number two, if you've had any issues with could be lymphatic drainage, just kind of immune system function, even brain function or headaches or muscle concerns in the head, and you have a glued on retainer, you may want to consider having it removed. But if you have it removed, make sure you're talking with an orthodontist who understands where teeth should be. It might be that we need to do some tongue therapy, retrain your tongue to come up and forward and not push on the teeth. Not push on the teeth and push them forward when you're swallowing a lot of different things. So make sure you're really talking to an orthodontist that understands function if you get that retainer removed. Because remember, we shouldn't need retention if the teeth are where they belong. This is the kind of real life dental information that I share every single week on this channel. Make sure you subscribe. If you know anyone who has a retainer on or is worried about a retainer or worried about getting it off, doesn't really want it on there, then make sure they check this out as well. One last question people often ask is, how about the metal in that retainer? Should I be concerned about that? Is that mercury? It's not mercury, it's stainless steel, so it's the same metal that's used in braces. It's definitely less concerning than anything that's mercury containing. So, do you get it off just because you don't want the metal? If you have concerns about metals, that may be something to, again, go have a conversation with an orthodontist about. Make sure to subscribe, check in here frequently, check out the website if you want to know more information or would like to know what we here at Total Care Dental and Wellness think. Please give us a call. We'd love to help you out as well. Thank you so much. My mission is to help more people live well. Hopefully, this helps you do exactly that.